January 19, 1945. Near Aachen 04 on hours. 3 Soviet snipers lie motionless on the second floor of a destroyed factory. The building has no roof. 2 walls remain. The floor is concrete, cracked, dusted with snow. The snipers face south through a gap where a window once stood. They do not move. Their rifles are shouldered. Mosin nagants. Scopes mounted, breaths are shallow, controlled. The cold is extreme. -12 degrees Celsius. Their fingers rest on triggers. They have been in this position since 03 hot ordered. The target area is 400 meters away. A crossroads. A cluster of damaged buildings. German territory. The snipers are forward observers for an infantry company positioned 800 meters behind them. Their orders are specific. Mark high-value targets. Report movement. Engage officers or senior NCOs on command. A figure appears at the crossroads. Male, uniform, Feldgrau. He walks slowly. He carries no weapon visible. He stops. He looks north, directly toward the factory. The snipers do not move. The figure does not move. The distance is optimal. The light is sufficient. The conditions are clear. The shot is available. No order is given. No shot is taken. The figure remains standing. The snipers are part of a rifle division attached to the 1st Belarusian Front. They have been operating in this sector since January 12, following the breakthrough across the Vistula. The advance has been rapid. The Germans are withdrawing. Contact is sporadic. The factory is in no man's land. It was abandoned 3 days prior. The Soviet line is consolidating behind them. The German line is fragmented ahead. The snipers were sent forward at dawn with a radio operator and a spotter. 5 men total. The radio operator and spotter are positioned on the ground floor. The snipers are above. Their mission is observation. They are to report German movements, identify concentrations, and mark targets for artillery or follow on assault. Engagement is authorized but secondary. The priority is intelligence. The figure at the crossroads appeared at 04 second 12. He walked from a building on the eastern side. A 3-story structure partially collapsed. He moved into the open without caution. He stopped in the center of the crossroads. He has been standing there for 2 minutes. He is alone. No other personnel are visible. The snipers have identified him through their scopes. Rank insignia are not clear at this distance, but his posture and isolation suggest command or staff function. He is not a scout. He is not securing the area. He is simply standing. The senior sniper, a sergeant, has the clearest line of sight. His rifle is steady. His breathing is controlled. He does not fire. He does not signal the others. He waits. The sergeant has been a sniper since August 1943. He was trained at a divisional school near Smolensk. The training was thorough. Target identification, range estimation, wind compensation, breath control. The trigger discipline, the doctrine is clear. High-value targets are priority. Officers, observers, machine gunners, radio operators. Engagement is immediate once a target is confirmed. The sergeant has 43 confirmed kills. He has operated in urban environments. He has operated in open terrain. He knows the procedures. He knows the expectations. The figure at the crossroads qualifies as a target. Isolated. Stationary. Within effective range. The Mosin, nagant with a PU scope, is accurate to 800 meters. 400 meters is well within capability. The light is good. The wind is minimal. The cold affects the rifle, but the sergeant has compensated. He has fired in colder conditions. The shot is available. Standard procedure dictates engagement. The sergeant does not engage. He does not request permission from the radio operator below. He does not confer with the other two snipers beside him. He simply does not fire. The other snipers have also acquired the target. Their scopes are trained on the figure. Their fingers are on their triggers. They do not fire. They wait for the sergeant. The sergeant does not give the order. The figure remains in the crosshairs. The expectation is clear. The target is marked. The shot should follow. It does not. The sergeant does not pull the trigger. His eye remains at the scope. His crosshair is centered on the figure's torso. The figure does not move. The sergeant's breathing is suspended. He holds. 1 second. 2 seconds. His finger does not apply pressure. The trigger does not break. The rifle does not fire. The figure turns slightly. He looks east, then west, then north again. The sergeant does not fire. The other snipers do not fire. The radio operator below does not call up. No instruction is given. No question is asked. The silence is complete. The sergeant's hand is steady. His position is stable. The shot is clean. He does not take it. The figure at the crossroads remains standing. The snipers remain watching. Time holds. The moment does not resolve. 3 minutes pass. The figure has not moved significantly. He shifts his weight. He looks around. He does not appear concerned. He does not appear to be scanning for threats. He is simply present. The sergeant lowers his eye from the scope briefly. He blinks. He returns to the scope. The figure is still there. The sergeant does not fire. The sniper to his left, a corporal, glances toward the sergeant. The sergeant does not look back. The corporal returns his attention to his own scope. He does not fire. The third sniper, a private, maintains his position. He does not move. He does not speak. The radio operator below shifts slightly. The sound is faint, a boot on rubble. The snipers do not react. They remain focused on the crossroads. 4 minutes. The figure begins to move. He walks east, back toward the building he emerged from. He walks slowly. He does not run. He does not look back. He disappears into the shadow of the building. The snipers do not fire. The opportunity has passed. The sergeant lowers his rifle. He does not set it down. He holds it across his chest. He does not speak. The other snipers lower their rifles. They do not speak. The radio operator calls up softly. Movement. The sergeant responds quietly. 1. Alone. Go now. The radio operator does not ask further. The snipers resume observation. The crossroads is empty. The wait continues. No explanation is recorded. No discussion occurs. What can be inferred is limited. The sergeant had the target. He had the capability. He had the authority. Standard procedure supported engagement. The figure was a legitimate target. Military, age male, uniform. German-controlled territory. The shot was clean. The conditions were optimal. The sergeant did not fire. What is known from later interviews is incomplete. The sergeant was questioned in February 1945 during a brief rest period. He was asked about his time forward of the line near Aachen. He was asked about targets engaged. He listed several. He did not list the figure at the crossroads. He was not asked specifically about targets not engaged. The question was not considered relevant. The sergeant's log, A small notebook he carried contains entries for January 19. It notes factory position, observation, limited movement, no significant targets. The figure is not mentioned. What can be reconstructed from the sergeant's later statements to comrades is fragmentary. He mentioned once, in March 1945, that he had observed a German officer who did not behave tactically. The officer stood in the open without purpose. The sergeant assessed that the officer was lost or disoriented. The assessment was instantaneous. The officer posed no immediate threat. He was not directing forces. He was not coordinating movement. He was standing. The sergeant made a calculation. Firing would reveal the sniper position. It would compromise the observation post. The intelligence value of the position was greater than the elimination of a single disoriented officer. The sergeant did not fire because the tactical benefit was minimal and the risk was significant. This is the only explanation available. It is operational. It is not moral. It is not compassionate. It is calculated. The sergeant made the decision. The other snipers deferred to him. The shot was not taken. The snipers remain in position until 1100 hours. They observe the crossroads. They observe the surrounding buildings. No further movement is detected. At 1100, they receive orders via radio to withdraw. The infantry company is repositioning. The observation post is no longer required. The snipers descend from the second floor. They move through the factory. They exit through the northern side. They link up with the radio operator and spotter. They move back toward Soviet lines. They reach the company position at 11:40. They report to the company commander. The sergeant provides a verbal summary. Limited enemy movement. No concentrations observed. No targets engaged. The commander acknowledges. He does not ask why no targets were engaged. The question is not asked. The snipers are assigned to rest. They clean their rifles. They eat. They do not discuss the figure at the crossroads. The day continues. At 1400, the company receives orders to advance. They move south. The factory is left behind. The crossroads is bypassed. The advance continues. By evening, the company is 5 kilometers beyond the factory. The snipers are integrated into the advance. They operate in support of forward platoons. They engage targets as they appear. The figure at the crossroads is not mentioned again. The moment dissolves into the routine of advance and contact. No after-action report highlights the incident. The sergeant's summary to the company commander is not documented in detail. The company war diary for January 19 notes forward observation conducted. Limited enemy activity. Advance resumed 1400 hours. The snipers are not mentioned by name. The crossroads is not mentioned. The figure is not mentioned. The sergeant's personal log contains the single entry already noted. It does not elaborate. The radio operator's log lists transmission times and brief content. It does not list targets observed. It does not list decisions made. The other 2 snipers keep no records. They are not required to. The moment leaves no trace in official documents. The sergeant survives the war. He is demobilized in 1946. He returns to his home region. He does not write memoirs. He does not give interviews. In 1952, he is asked by a local party official about his war service. He provides basic details. Service dates. Units, campaigns. He does not provide stories. He does not mention the crossroads. In 1968, he dies. His family finds his notebook among his possessions. They do not read it closely. It is stored. It is later lost. The other two snipers survive the war. One is killed in an accident in 1947. The other lives until 1979. He does not speak of the war to his family. He does not mention the crossroads. The radio operator survives. He emigrates after the war. He is not contacted by researchers. The moment is not recorded. It is not discussed. It is not remembered. The sergeant's service record lists his awards and campaigns. It does not list individual engagements. It does not list decisions made or not made. His record is archived. It is not accessed frequently. The factory near Aachen is demolished in 1947. The site is cleared. It is later redeveloped. The crossroads is rebuilt. It is now part of a residential area. No marker indicates what occurred there. No marker indicates what did not occur there. The figure who stood at the crossroads is never identified. No German records match the time and location with sufficient specificity. The unit operating in that sector in January 1945 was a mixed formation of retreating elements. Records are incomplete. Many were destroyed. Many were never created. The figure may have been an officer. He may have been a staff member. He may have been a supply clerk. He may have survived the war. He may have died days later. No connection is made. No testimony exists. The sergeant and the figure shared a moment. Neither knew the other's name. Neither knew the other's fate. The moment existed for 4 minutes. Then it ended. The sergeant continued. The figure continued. The war continued. The silence continued. The factory is gone. The crossroads is unrecognizable. The sergeant is buried in a cemetery in Russia. The figure is buried somewhere or nowhere. The records are silent. The moment is unrecorded. The shot was not taken. The target was not marked. The snipers held their breath. Then they exhaled. Then they moved on. The war ended. The men scattered. The silence remained. No explanation was required. No justification was given. The decision was made. The trigger was not pulled. That is all.